Hello and welcome back to our channel. If you are watching this video, you might be feeling a bit down today. Maybe you are looking at your English notebook right now and feeling completely exhausted. You might be asking yourself a very common question. Why is this so hard? Why can I not remember the words I learned just yesterday? Is there something wrong with my brain? Let me tell you a big secret right now. You are absolutely normal. Every single English learner goes through this exact same feeling. Everyone hits a wall at some point. Losing your motivation does not mean you should give up. It just means you need to change your approach. In this video, we are going to look at exactly what to do when you want to quit. We will share a powerful story that will change your mind. We will also learn common phrases that native speakers use every day to stay positive. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's get started. Let us begin with a story about a regular guy named Leo. Leo was 24 years old and lived in a small, quiet town. He had a big dream of working for an international company. He knew that speaking English fluently was the key to his success. At first, Leo was full of energy and super excited. He bought 3 heavy grammar books from a local bookstore. He downloaded 5 different vocabulary apps on his phone. He promised himself that he would study for 3 hours every single night. For the first week, Leo felt like a superhero. He studied day in and day out, without missing a minute. He memorized long lists of difficult words. But by the 3rd week, something started to change. He woke up feeling completely burned out. The grammar rules looked like a strange, impossible language. When he tried to speak, his mind went completely blank. He forgot the simple words he practiced the day before. He started to feel a heavy weight in his chest every time he opened a book. He began to tell himself, maybe I am just not cut out for this. Maybe English is only for smart people, not for me. So, Leo stopped studying for one day to take a break. That one day quickly turned into a whole week. That week turned into a month. Every time he looked at his dusty English books, he felt a wave of guilt. He wanted to speak English, but he had zero motivation left. He felt like he was back to square one. One rainy Saturday afternoon, Leo went to a small coffee shop. He saw his old friend Max sitting by the window. Max was talking to a foreign tourist. Max was laughing, joking, and speaking English so smoothly. Leo was amazed and felt a bit jealous. After the tourist left, Leo walked over to Max and sat down. Leo sighed and said, "Max, you are so lucky. You speak English so naturally, like a real native. I tried to learn, but I failed completely. I just do not have the motivation anymore." Max looked at Leo, smiled warmly, and shook his head. Max said, "Leo, I was not born with this skill. 2 years ago, I wanted to throw my books out the window too." Leo looked surprised and asked, "Really? But look at you now. You make it look like a piece of cake." Max laughed and said, "That is because I changed the rules of the game. Max explained his secret to Leo. He said, Leo, you lost motivation because you treated English like a school subject. You forced yourself to memorize dry facts and boring formulas. No wonder you burned out so quickly. You tried to run a marathon before learning how to walk. You bit off more than you could chew. Leo thought about this deeply. Max continued, English is not a test to pass. English is a tool to connect with real people, to enjoy music, and to see the world. Stop studying to be perfect. Start learning to enjoy life. Max gave Leo 4 simple rules to follow. These rules completely changed Leo's journey, and today, these rules will change yours too. Let us look at rule number 1. Find your real why. Why do you want to learn English? Is it just because your boss told you to? Is it just to get a high score on an exam? Those reasons are not strong enough to keep you going when things get tough. Your why needs to be personal and emotional. Maybe you want to travel the world without fear. Maybe you want to understand your favorite Hollywood movies without subtitles. Maybe you want to make friends from different countries. Write down your real why on a piece of paper. Stick it on your wall where you can see it every single day. When you feel like giving up, look at that paper and remind yourself of your dream. Now let us move to rule number 2. Take baby steps. Leo made a huge mistake by trying to study for 3 hours every day. That is too much for a beginner. It is much better to study for just 10 minutes every day than 2 hours once a week. Consistency is the real secret key to language learning. Tell yourself, I will just open my app and learn 3 new words today. That is it. Just 3 words. Once you start, you will often find it easy to keep going. But even if you stop after 10 minutes, you still won't lose your rhythm. Small daily efforts add up to massive results over time. Do not try to build Rome in one day. Take it easy and celebrate the small wins. Next is rule number 3. Change your environment. If your textbook makes you feel sleepy, close it immediately. You do not need to sit at a desk to learn English. Change your language settings on your smartphone to English. Watch short videos about topics you already love, like cooking, gaming, or fashion. Listen to simple English songs and sing along with the lyrics. Talk to yourself in the mirror while you are brushing your teeth. Describe your day using simple sentences. For example, say to yourself, I am making coffee now. It smells amazing. By doing this, you bring English into your real, daily life. It stops being a chore and starts being a fun habit. Finally, rule number 4. Cut yourself some slack. This means you need to stop being so hard on yourself. Making mistakes is a completely natural part of the learning process. When a baby falls down while learning to walk, we do not get angry at them. We encourage them to stand back up. So why are you so angry with yourself when you forget a word? Be kind to yourself. Every mistake you make is proof that you are trying. If you feel tired, learn to rest. Do not learn to quit. After listening to Max, Leo felt a spark of hope inside him. He went home and put away his heavy grammar books. He decided to start fresh with a completely new mindset. He chose a simple English podcast about daily life. He listened to it for just 5 minutes every morning while eating breakfast. He did not worry about understanding every single word. He just listened to the rhythm of the language. He started to write down just one nice thing that happened to him each day in English. He used simple phrases like, "Today was a sunny day. I felt happy." Slowly but surely, a miracle happened. Leo did not feel stressed anymore. He actually started to look forward to his mini-English moments. Within 6 months, he could understand real conversations much better. He could express his thoughts without freezing up. He regained his motivation because he stopped chasing perfection. Now, let us look closely at the language we used in this story. As a beginner, you want to learn phrases that native speakers actually use in real life. Let us break down some powerful and natural expressions from our story today. The first expression is to hit a wall. When you hit a wall, it means you suddenly face a problem that stops you from making progress. Native speakers use this phrase all the time at work, in sports, and in studies. Instead of saying, "I am stuck and cannot improve," you can say, "I have hit a wall." For example, you can say, "I was learning grammar, but I hit a wall." It sounds very natural and authentic. The second expression is to burn out. To burn out means to become extremely tired and stressed because you work too hard for too long. If you study English for 5 hours every day without a break, you will definitely burn out. You can say, "I need to take a break because I am burning out." The third phrase is a piece of cake. This is a very famous idiom that means something is incredibly easy to do. Instead of saying English is very easy, you can say, "With enough practice, English will be a piece of cake." Your friends will be impressed when you use this phrase. The fourth phrase is to bite off more than you can chew. This means you try to do something that is too difficult or too big for you to handle. When Leo tried to study for 3 hours every single night, he bit off more than he could chew. It is always better to start small and build up your strength slowly. The fifth expression is baby steps. Baby steps mean small, simple actions that you take to achieve a big goal over time. Learning 3 words a day is a perfect example of taking baby steps. Remember, big changes come from small steps. The sixth phrase is back to square one. This means to return to the very beginning of a process because your previous efforts failed. When you stop studying for a long time, you might feel like you are back to square one. But do not worry, because restarting is always easier than starting for the first time. The seventh phrase is to cut yourself some slack. This means to be less strict or less critical with yourself. If you make a grammar mistake, do not panic. Just smile cut yourself some slack and try again. The eighth phrase is day in and day out. This simply means every single day, repeatedly over a long period. Leo studied day in and day out during his first week. Using this phrase makes your English sound much more descriptive. The ninth expression is slowly but surely. This means that progress is happening carefully and steadily, even if it seems very slow. Slowly but surely, Leo's English improved because he did not give up. This is a great phrase to use when talking about long-term goals. The 10th expression is to freeze up. To freeze up means to become unable to speak or move because you are suddenly very nervous. Many beginners freeze up when they meet a native speaker. That is completely fine. It happens to everyone at the beginning. Now, let us practice some simple sentences using these native structures. Repeat after me in your mind or out loud. I will take baby steps every day to master English. I need to cut myself some slack when I make a mistake. Learning vocabulary can be a piece of cake if I enjoy it. I will not bite off more than I can chew this time. Slowly but surely, I am getting better at speaking. These sentences are simple, clear, and highly practical. You can use them in real conversations tomorrow. My friend, I want you to remember something very important as we close this video. Language learning is not a race. You are not competing against anyone else. You are only on a journey to improve yourself. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. If you lost your motivation today, it is okay. It is just a sign that you need to change your routine. Put away the boring stuff. Find a fun English video about something you truly love. Listen to an English song and try to feel the music. Smile when you speak, even if you make mistakes. You have the power to do this. Your dream of speaking English fluently is still alive. Just take one tiny step today. Thank you so much for watching this video until the very end. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel for more positive English learning videos. Leave a comment below and tell us, what is your real why? We would love to read your stories and support you. Keep your chin up, believe in yourself, and have a beautiful day. See you in the next video. Goodbye for now.